I kind of feel like an idiot right now, but I just put Savannah to sleep and Tyler is out of town this week. I'm going to go watch Bridget Runs a Marathon. I think that's what it's called. But I wanted to quickly talk about a post that I'm going to be making. Well, by the time you watch this video, it'll have already been posted. But it was what I'm going to say in the post is that you don't have to hit rock bottom to question your relationship with alcohol. And I feel like explaining it in video is a little bit better and easier on my end than like write like a paragraph or two condensed about what that is about. So that's what I'm going to talk about quickly. Sorry about the lighting. It's kind of late here, and this is the only room in the house that I can find that has decent lighting. Okay, anyway, so I posted that because I wanted to use it as sort of like an icebreaker or a starting point of something that I do want to touch on this Instagram account or my Facebook page or whatever. And it's important to me. For those of you that don't know me, on the outside, I probably look like I'm pretty put together, you know, like I'm a stay-at-home, work at home mom. My husband's an officer in the military. We have a pretty comfortable life. You know, we do have some struggles, you know, obviously with infertility and things like that. But aside from that, I don't know, look pretty normal. And we are. But if you know me, you know, years ago, I've always, and actually, if you know me, you probably don't actually know this because I've hit it so well. I've always had an issue with alcohol, and it started really early on when I was 15. I'm not going to go into details right now because that's what I plan on posting about. But I'm at a time in my life right now where I want to come clean, and that sounds pretty dramatic and everything like that. But I want to open up and I want to talk about this. And in the past, I never did. And there were periods in my life where I was sober. And when I say sober, I've never had a problem with like alcohol, or not alcohol, with drugs or anything like that. It was always alcohol for me. I did take Adderall, which I had spoken about. I think I was like 19, and then I stopped when I was 24 off and on. I didn't need it. I was prescribed it, so it wasn't illegal or anything. But aside from that, like, I've never had any like drug issues. So when I say sober, I'm talking about like alcohol sobriety. So anyways, yeah, I want to be open about this because I feel like a lot of times there's a bad negative stigma about being alcohol free, or if someone's, you know, if you say you're not drinking, they automatically assume that maybe you're like an alcoholic, or that you've gotten in trouble, or that you're pregnant. Like something has to be wrong for you not to drink. And in the past, I thought that as well. So I don't identify as an alcoholic. I was not one to drink like every single day. However, when I would drink, I would go balls to the freaking wall. Most of the time. And it wouldn't be every time. I was very selective and pretty smart about the times I did drink. When I would let loose, it would be in the company of my own family or my own friends. That did get me in trouble a couple times, especially from family members that I'm not very close with. And I wasn't like all dramatic, like, you know, of course, my husband and I did fight once in a while when either one of us would drink. But it wasn't anything like that. It wasn't like I didn't go all like psycho or anything, you know, anything. I mean, there have been instances in the past, obviously, but it was not like consistent like that. Nothing big happened really to make me want to completely stop drinking. I have gone through periods of being sober in the past, and it's not just when I was pregnant with Savannah. But yeah, I would like to use this to talk about, well, there's a few things. So I do want to talk about my relationship with alcohol over the years. How it started, and like I said, I've been in therapy and everything like that, but yeah, and how it affected my life. I've never been arrested I've never gotten a DUI. I've never hurt anyone, been hurt, anything like that. So nothing like that ever happened. But it did have a lot of negative impacts on my life, and I've made a lot of decisions that I normally probably wouldn't have had I not been drinking or hungover or whatever. I want to talk about my periods of sobriety in the past and how long they were, what I did, why I started drinking again. Like I mentioned earlier, the stigma of alcohol and drug use as well as mental illness. There's just no way around it. There's a stigma around it. Things that I've done this time to change my mentality and helpful resources. I have not had a drink. Let's see, what is the date? Today is January 15th. It's been 122 days, and I actually did not count until my birthday. I didn't realize that it had been that long. It was in September that I had my last drink, and it was a long time coming. I'll talk about that another time. Anyways, and then lastly, the mommy wine culture. If you don't know what that is, I would Google it. It is a thing. I don't really identify with that. Number one, I don't have a lot of friends because I don't want a lot of friends. And I don't like wine. I would drink wine, but I'm not a wino at all. And I would honestly drink, like I said, with family and friends, or in my own home with my husband, or by myself. I guess it would be more like a closet drinker. But anyways, the mommy wine culture is huge. I know some people that have fallen into the trap of it, and it's just the mommy wine culture has normalized and almost glamorized drinking alcohol. And then another thing that I want to talk about is just because I'm not drinking, I don't care what anyone else does. If you want to drink every day, that's your decision. Great for you. A lot of people I know drink a lot, and they're very successful and have great lives, things like that, and it's not an issue. I don't care what anyone else does. I just want to be open and honest because I've never done that in the past. And when I would drink, most of the time, I don't want to say 100% of the time, but I'd say 85% of the time, I would drink to get drunk, to numb myself. It wasn't, I had an intention of what I wanted to feel. And when I started feeling buzzed, I wanted to keep that going. But like I said, I would pick and choose when I would drink. I never did it like at my husband's work events or things like that. So I guess that's just kind of like, I wanted to introduce this. I didn't really know how to go about it. And the reason why I actually thought about opening up or creating another, and I did actually create another Instagram account a couple weeks ago. And then I was like, this is effing dumb. Like, I have my private account for just photos of my husband and my daughter and like close family. And then this account, and the reason why I was hesitant to talk about it on this account is because when I had Kim Singleton Solutions, I didn't want to like deter away any potential clients or turn them off. And I was honestly afraid of like what people would think. And then I was like, I'm not having another Instagram account for this specific reason. This is a part of my life, and it's a part of my healing process. And I don't want to be like, when I say healing process, it's like, it's fine. But I think it's something that needs to be talked about. And I'm all about like clean living and non-toxic living and, eating healthy and putting, clean products on my body and in my home. And this honestly like goes hand in hand with that. And it's just like a part of my lifestyle now. Now my husband will still drink. That's fine. He's never had an issue with alcohol. And I'll talk about that, how I've been dealing with that or whatever, throughout my posts. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and share that, this is still going to be just, about like minimalism and organization and, clean beauty and, just clean non-toxic products and just like little glimpses of my everyday life. But I'm also going to incorporate this in there as well. So if you have any questions, let me know. And that's it. I'm going to go watch my movie now. Okay, bye.